To be fair, this is the first time I'm doing this. I'm learning as I go. I love learning as I go. Right, so there we go. Now we can go back to normal screen. There we go. We seem to be frozen in this in time. Hold on. Need to go back to normal. There we go. Sorry about that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're live on YouTube. I'm waiting for LinkedIn. Let's have a look.
You're waiting for LinkedIn.
Yeah, it says the event will be starting soon, so wait for your hosts to start.
I have connected the page. I have connected the page. I did this before. Yes. It seems to be an unpleasant delay sometimes, but maybe that's just because my internet's been oddly shit recently. I have Virgin.
I think we
so
are.
You have Virgin, so we all have Virgin.
We are live.
Ah, takes about how many seconds was that? Like? Must be a record.
So welcome to another Social Saturday chat, folks. I'm looking forward to this conversation today. Today's all about networking. So if you're out there and you want to put yourself forward, and whether you want to do this in the comments or whether you want to do this on stage,
entirely up to you.
Entirely up to you. So we'd love to.
Shall I read the comments out, or should you? Because I've got my phone here. I can do this over here.
Not yet. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Which one do you want? Do you want to do it, or do I just shut?
Just hold on 1 second.
I want to do this. I want to do this time right. You know, I don't want to be.
Okay. We're gonna get there in a second, Joel. Just take a deep breath. Welcome to Social Saturday Chat, folks. If you are wanting to join us, Joel will drop the link into the live chat comments so that you can come and join us up on stage. And remember, it's a very simple structure. You come up on stage, you tell us who you are, what you do, share a fun fact, and then at this point in time, let us know who you are looking at connecting with, whether it's somebody that you want to collaborate with, or whether it's somebody that you are wanting to connect with because you are seeking to help them with the services that you have, or if it's a specific target audience that you're trying to connect with, come up and share. But do remember, fun fact is essential. And that can be a fun fact from years ago, or it can be from as recent as today. So I look forward to hearing where this conversation goes, seeing who joins us today, while Joel is super excited about sharing comments.
I have to share this one, Matt, because this is the first one.
So Joel, over to you. Share some comments.
Yeah, this is the first one we've just had through the Omni chat on Riverside. Hello, Felipe. First one we've had by Elon Riverside. So yeah.
Amazing stuff. So Felipe, welcome. Hopefully we'll see you on stage.
Where is it? Okay, I'm going to shut up. You carry on.
I'm just having a look on LinkedIn. If you can see us live and you are hearing this conversation, drop your comments so that we can have those come up. I can see Joel has dropped the link to join the stage. And for those of you who want me just to read it out, it's a very simple URL. It's riverside.fm/studio/the Dream Factory. And the Dream Factory is separated by hyphens. So it's the -dream-factory. And you will be able to come and join us up on stage. So come and join us up on stage, and let's see where this conversation joins us. Or leads us, should I say. Joel, have you got any other comments coming through?
We have on LinkedIn now. I have to go back to LinkedIn. Because I'm poor.
There we go. Comments are starting to come through. We have
if you
Leslie Flowers in the audience. Leslie, just a quick one while we're at it, because we haven't always had a chance to mention this near the beginning of the conversation, but massive thank you for your weekly shares of the LinkedIn Live kind of schedule for the week of great speakers and people that are sharing some incredible conversations out there. So Leslie Flowers, if you're not following her already, please go and follow her. Every Monday she posts a link out with a schedule of all the wonderful LinkedIn Lives that are going on. And if you're not following her already, Leslie is an incredible lady who has a wealth of knowledge. And if you want to start a conversation with her, just mention Napoleon Hill and see where that conversation takes you. Meryl, welcome, my friend. So good to see you. I'm glad you're calling us a UK all-star team. But I am sure that others will join us from other countries or planets. And we'll see where that goes. But at the moment, for some reason, I am seeing a bit of a delay on LinkedIn. But come and have a conversation. It's good to see Kenneth in the audience as well. Kenneth, please do us a favor. Come and say hi. Come and join us. Meryl, if you do feel like coming up on stage, don't be shy. We'd love to have you over here on our Dream Factory screen and see where our conversation goes and learn a little bit more about you. In fact, I'm going to challenge Meryl, and I want everybody else to go into the comments and challenge Meryl, even if you don't want to come up on screen, but to go into the comments and share what is it that you do, your fun fact, and who you're looking at connecting with in the comments, Meryl. Could we get you to take up that challenge? Let's see where this conversation goes. Then let's have a look. The comments are slowly coming through. There we go. But Joel, I'm going to get you to do the first intro, fun fact, and who you're looking at connecting with, my friend.
I just told Felipe that I might create my own rival to Riverside to make it slightly more reliable. You know. Sometimes it goes, sometimes it don't. I mean, we got to love technology, but anyway, Martha's here, so I'm thinking it's Felipe then now. Felipe, yeah.
Oh. I didn't know I was on. I'm like trying to figure this out on the back end. I'm like, what's going on?
Right. Are we still doing me, are we?
Yes, you're still you, Joel. Introduce yourself, fun fact, who do you want to connect with?
Right, for those of you who don't know me, and I don't know why I actually say that, because most of you who come to this actually do know me, so we'll skip that. My name is Joel, and I run my own neurodivergent business, and also I'm a musician as well, which is why partly I started my own business as well. And I'm looking to connect with other people in the space and wanting to effectively make real change around people who actually are wonderfully different, like me, Mac, and just about everyone in this room. I've also, fun fact today, after this, about an hour after this, the launch party of Nick's book. If she's not joined yet, someone will have to bear witness. I have actually said this. I'm not saying it again. Until the end, is happening, and after today, I'm a co-author. So,
yay!
If she comes in late, you can tell her I've said it already.
Incredible stuff. So, fun fact, co-author, that's a big fun fact. I mean, you're following in the footsteps of the famous Felipe. author extraordinaire. Um, and hey, I think, Martha, we're going to have to pick up the game here because aren't you an author as well, though, Martha? Not yet. So the two of us are falling behind. 2026. Let's get into the author category and let's get it done. The stuff I've authored of are in the security industry, and that's boring.
I'm
We gotta move on. Amazing. Okay, so next introduction then. So Joel, you didn't say who do you want to connect with?
I think you missed that one. Where I need to find my screen now again. Lost it. There we go. I want to connect with anyone and everyone who wants to help change the world and in the creative sector, and also any other musicians that care to that are based in the east side, because we'll be there again next year. Seems to make a habit of this recently. And yes, looking forward to this conversation.
Amazing. Martha, you were next, and then the wonderful Felipe, and then I'll go at the end.
Yeah, my little twin over here is his name is Teddy. As soon as I go live, he's like, "Mom, please, treats, 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 treats." I'm like, "That's not good. I started something really bad." So good morning, everyone, or afternoon or night. I hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone had a good Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, family giving, all the givings. Who am I? Well, friends that know me, I love working with our unhoused population. That's my jam. I am the founder of Connect Impact Hub, and I'm looking to connect with other organizations. I'm looking to start growing a volunteer initiative. And so I'm really looking forward to connecting with other nonprofits who are doing outreach work. I would love to connect with you, so please reach out or come on stage if you're seeing this, or if you want to meet up with us for our next networking event, which will happen at the end of every month. Please feel free to connect with any of us here. Fun fact. It's Saturday, and oh yeah, I worked out almost at midnight early this morning. So the goal is to do at least 30 minutes every day of at least walking, some type of movement in the body. And so today will be my third day. So I have to take control of my health. And so I'm starting that now, because our health is a priority. And I know I've been talking about this here and there, but I'm working on a wellness thing. So, yeah, we'll talk about that maybe later on as maybe our next event. I don't know, on wellness. I'll pass it over to you, Felipe.
Thank you, Martha. Happy Saturday, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day. It is sunny and chilly here in the Washington, D.C. area in Maryland. And for those of you who have not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Felipe Cofiño. I am a passionate HR executive, a career coach, a LinkedIn enthusiast, and most recently named LinkedIn Top Voice. And then, of course, I did finally publish my first solo book, which was a children's book, which was a love letter to my daughter that really has resonated with kids. So I'm working on finishing the second book right now as we speak. So excited about that. And a fun fact about, look who I'm looking to connect with, other just passionate people about workplace wellness, HR. I do shows on workplace wellness with Shimana Jetty and Ashley Llewellyn every other Monday. And we have our last one of 2025 on December 8th. And then I do careers, chaos, and coaching every other Sunday with Melissa Houston, which is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. And then I'm here with this amazing crew here every Saturday. Fun fact about me is that A lot of people think I'm a Halloween nut because we have like 4,000 people come to our street during Halloween. We moved into the street. We didn't really come in as Halloween nuts. I'm more of a Christmas nut. This is just a small indication here. The hallway is already decorated with a tree and stuff. The day after Thanksgiving, I just start decorating, and it's one of those things where I want to enjoy the season as long as possible. So you will see little snippets of the house every week getting more and more decorated. I might show you the hallway in a little bit, but my father-in-law is a big inspiration for that. He was a Christmas nut. God rest his soul. He passed away about 10 years ago, and we were up visiting this past Thanksgiving, and she's like, "Why don't you take some of Dad's Christmas stuff because you love it so much?" And he has all these animated, Christmas characters. So I took a whole bunch of them, and so yeah. So that's the fun fact about me. If you like Christmas, share in the comments. Let us know what your thoughts are about the Christmas holiday. Are you a Christmas nut, or are you more of a Grinch? That bah humbug. I have a few bah humbug friends. I respect the bah humbug. If that's your thing, go for it. But if you're a Christmas nut, let me know in the comments. And before I forget, I'd be remiss if I didn't remind you all, if you're not following us on our LinkedIn homepage, go to LinkedIn's Social Saturday chat page and give us a follow there. But do one other thing. Hit that little bell in the top right-hand corner of the screen to get notified of all the events that we do here every Saturday, as well as all the events of the other co-hosts too. And then if you want to check out some of our past episodes, go to your favorite podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, and check out Social Saturday Chat, and you'll be able to hear some of the great people that we've interviewed, some of the great topics we've tackled, and the fun networking events like today. So with that, I'm going to hand it back over to you, Joel, or to Mac.
Awesome stuff. Well, Felipe, I'm definitely a bit of a Christmas nut here in the UK, driving around and just going and have a look at the extremes people go to. And then, yeah, I kind of think that, you can see the the cost of living and the non-cost of living crisis when you see the amounts of lights. And I'm sitting there going, man, I hope you had solar panels just saving up for this day, because the lighting, and please, if you are doing it, I saw somebody post last week about somebody who literally just put like hundreds of plugs into one socket, that like a socket into a socket into a socket. Please just be safe, especially this time of the year. We've seen so many tragedies, so make sure that you take that extra precaution. But Felipe, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you have the dancing Santa?
Oh no. So I don't go full Griswold. I don't have inflatables. My wife makes it sure that it's toned down to the sense that it looks elegant but fun. That's probably what it is. We do have a lot of lights. We do have some characters like reindeer, like the wire reindeer and wire snowman and those kind of things, but no inflatables. But one tip is, one year we got a little report and says you had the highest electricity usage this past month in your neighborhood, and it showed like the spike over everybody else. So that's when I started really laying into Alexa. So Alexa has them timed for like 3-4 hours and then turns them off immediately. So they're not on all night long like some people leave them. So that does help conserve energy, because I do decorate outside and inside.
Well, you know what? It's that festive period, and it does it makes other people's days as well when they drive past and they see these things, and it just brings that time of festivities into the world. So 100%, there should be like a Google Maps of where to go and look at Christmas lights, because most of us in our neighborhoods will know that one person who always goes and does it, and then if their house isn't lit up, that's when everybody goes and checks on them and goes, hey, when is it happening? Are you okay? But yeah, so if somebody wants to work on an app that has find my local Christmas lights and where people can go and add themselves, I think that is a great idea.
Wait.
Why
don't we do it? Why are you giving all these great ideas?
There we go. Okay, Felipe, we'll talk after.
Do it.
Well, in the audience, William Rochelle, welcome to the audience. Leslie, I gave you a shout out earlier, but thank you for joining us. If you want to come up and say hi and tell us what you're sharing and what you're doing over this festive period, please do. Jackie Holberg, it's been ages, for me anyway, but I know you've been on here over the recent weeks, so come up, come and say hi. We'd love to see you. Meryl, I'm still not seeing your post about what you do, your fun fact, and who you want to connect with, because that's the only way you're getting out of coming up on stage. Brenda Meller, welcome. Great to see you in the audience. Brenda's phenomenal lady online, great on LinkedIn, so make sure you go and check her out. There is somebody's Alexa going. It's not mine this time. There's some guy called Joel who's sharing the Riverside link to today. Please go and click on that link, come and join us up here on stage.
If there's any problems, do let me know and I will share it again, and then I'll have it out with them afterwards.
There we go. John Werner, good to see you on here as well. Happy Saturday. There's more comments coming. Even Felipe is getting in on the comments over there. Come up, y'all. This is a chance to network. Yeah. Okay, so I have to share quickly because I just realized I haven't. So for those who don't know me, although most of the people in the audience do, I'm a strategic LinkedIn networking coach. I bring the world of networking and LinkedIn together so that you can get more out of it and also become the go-to expert on LinkedIn in your field. But fun fact for me, as Felipe and some of you know, I have this weird interest and hobby of aquatic life. And I've had, started off with 1 or 2 fish tanks, which I used as an excuse to my wife to say, hey, well, we can teach our daughters the discipline of looking after a pet, and we'll get them a couple of fish in a small, like literally a small tiny tank. But I knew that the fish would then have babies and I'd have to get another tank to put the babies in. Anyway, that's kind of got out of control now, and I have 4 to 600 liter tanks, so I can fit into these tanks. That's how big they are. But then I have lots of other tanks as well, and I've been breeding fish for a while, and somebody last week said to me, Mac, you really need to be sharing your journey in your aquatic interests. And I was like, really? So not just photos, they wanted a YouTube channel so that I could share like tips and things like that. So this week, Tank Life with Mac was born. And if you go onto YouTube, you will find my latest interest, which is koi fish, which I've always had a love for. And some bizarre interest in the history and how old they get. And anyway, lots of stuff. Boring for many, exciting for me. But I have adopted 30 baby koi this week and put them in a very large tank, and I will be sharing the growing period for them over the next few months and years. So that should be interesting for those who are interested. Yes.
Mac, so another suggestion with your YouTube channel. Congratulations, great idea. I'm a passionate fish. My fish tank right now, I have the 55-gallon, just empty right now, cleaning, because I want to put new fish in that one. But the thing that I want you to do is you should record like hours among end of the fish just going by and have a playlist of just serene, relaxing fish. Because I'm telling you, me and my kids, every day I came home from work, we would sit down and watch the fish for like half an hour just going by and just observe their personalities. And I'm telling you, it's like almost like watching like a rainforest and being peaceful. Having a screen of real fish that are interacting, especially a lot of them, I think would add to your YouTube channel.
Well, ironically, I was thinking that last night because there are a lot of people who watch like
I'd watch
meditation videos and things that they just want to bring their blood pressure down. So
even in the background, just in the background, having it is nice.
Exactly. There's even screensavers that you can save of. In fact, the festive period, I saw one amazing one yesterday, just of a reindeer and snow falling, and it's a screensaver, but you can play it on your on your telly as a wallpaper, and it plays for like 2-3 hours. So yes, I will be doing those, Felipe. Thank you very much for the recommendation. Who am I looking at connecting with over the next 3 to 4 months? There's a lot on the go, but in January I launched my next 12-week program. So really, people who want to take advantage of 2026 and launch their LinkedIn activity, build their brand and their lead generation, but really just become really clued up on how to use the platform in a way that actually gets ROI. So that's who I'm looking at connecting with. If you feel that that's a match, come and talk to me. But in the meantime, Merrill, it's also unseasonably cold, probably unreasonably cold as well, and extremely windy north of Felipe Cofiño here in northern New Jersey, USA. I think he posted a flag where there's literally frost and on the post Thanksgiving leftover turkey. I don't know why you left your turkey outside, Merrill, but if it's got frost on, bring it in. Anyway, I am going to hand over to, well, Felipe's gone. Martha. While we are networking and we are sharing, for those of you in the comments who want to share your networking, who you want to connect with, your fun facts, etc., and who you are, please do so. But in the meantime, Martha, I've got a question for you, because when it comes to networking, this time of the year is a festive period, but also impacts so many of the people that are out on the streets. And, you know, a lot of them, or people that are not on the streets, don't necessarily know how to help those individuals. And I had an interesting conversation with my daughter this week about the fact that, you know, you don't just go into a shop and buy something and give it to them assuming you know what they need. You know, a simple thing like just asking them, hey, I'm going into the shop, what is it that you would like? And she was surprised, and she was saying, like, everybody tells her they want the orange Lucozade as an example. She was like, it's strange. She's like, every time it's the orange Lucozade. It's like, no other, not the red one, not the green one. And, you know, different types of food and things like that. And she's always surprised how reasonable people are. They don't ask for like the whole aisle. They literally are so grateful at what you can. So when it comes to networking for people wanting to make a difference during the season, what are the options for people to make a difference during the next 5 to 6 weeks as we go through this festive period, and in some places the extreme cold or heat, depending on where you are in the world?
Yes. Well, you know, it has to come from the heart, because people know who are out there really to help, or really doing something because they care. Yeah, and it is getting cold everywhere here too. Maybe passing out blankets. That's a big one. I hear a lot. I have a couple of bags of clothes that were donated by family, shoe bags, and then, you know, bringing something to eat. That's always welcome. So as long as you're giving from the heart, it's going to be felt from on the other end. So it's really from you. And of course, it's always good to ask, right? Because I know in the past, I had a burger that I had ordered, and I got like 2 orders back, like 4 orders. And so, or was it 3? I don't even remember now. It was a couple months ago. And I had been serving 3 like older gentlemen who are unhoused near the beach. And I had placed an order, I think it was 3 meals, and they gave me 6 orders back. And so I went back to the wharf, and I was going to give them to the gentlemen that I was out there doing some outreach. And one of them said, no, I can't accept that because I can't eat fried food. So he said, if you want to give me anything, you can give me some fresh fruit. And so, and he just let me know, like, I'm sorry, I can't, but it was just really nice. And so then I was able to share that to somebody else. So just, it's okay if they say no, just keep moving, and whatever you can do. Just make sure that it's coming from the heart.
Absolutely. And, I guess a follow-up question would be, a lot of us want to be able to make a difference and help people in this, especially this festive period where people are a little bit more reflective.
Yeah.
But, making an actual impact and helping, who should, what type of organizations should they look like? Where should they look to go? Because I know, coming from South Africa, you could find somebody who needs something on almost every other street corner. Whereas in certain neighborhoods or areas, you may not have that. Where can you go? Who can you look up? Like, what resources to be able to make a difference, whether it's time, money, or items that they can donate?
Yeah, well, I can certainly tell you from my experience and just also watching and doing my own research, we need more people on foot outside providing services. So, haircuts, healthcare, uh, providing programs for shelters, like where to go, a list of motels that are willing to work with local nonprofits, clothes, um, food. These are like essentials that we all need to live. So, like, just think of what you have at home, right? For example, so just think about just what do I need every day? I need to brush my teeth every day, right? So I need a toothbrush and I need toothpaste, right? And I also need water, right? Clean water to wash my mouth after I'm done brushing my teeth. Just like simple things like that, what that make a difference to our unhoused communities. But definitely going out, getting friends. And I've said this before, like getting your community involved. That's key. That is key for us to be able to help our unhoused community. And then we're going to start, I know I said this before, we're going to start seeing more people unhoused, and we're seeing that right now. There are more people that are losing their jobs. We're seeing families now with kids outside living in their vans. um, it's not getting better, and there's a reason for that, because we're not all talking. There's one organization doing one thing, and they're not really communicating with somebody else to get the ball going. Like, we need housing. Okay, so how can we get this person housed? Okay, once we get this person housed, now we know we're going to need to continue case management, because we can't get somebody housed, because what's going to happen, this is one of my friends in Houston, who his wife is a nurse. What happens is they come back and they end up going back to being unhoused. So there has to be consistency there. And it starts with, I mean, I don't want to fault anybody here, but we're all involved in some kind of way, because these are people that we're either working with, this is family, these are people that are in our neighborhoods, that we've seen. I mean, especially in small communities, um, what I'm seeing in my local community is people that I know, that I actually went to school with, that are in house.
It's incredible that, when you look at what Martha has just been talking about, each stage of that is effectively a live process of networking. It's, and how important communication is in networking, and what's the intention, what's the outcome that you're looking for, and making sure that you have the right people in your network in order to be able to get the outcomes that you are looking for. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing them, Martha. Anything else you wanted to add there?
Yeah, I wanted to also add, because we don't really talk about this, but like the trauma, like as a child, the childhood trauma, right? The death of a family, for example, like, or the absence of a parent. or the substance usage or whatever, um, or later on in life, people are diagnosed with mental health conditions that they weren't as kids. Um, like we don't really talk about this stuff, but like a lot of the people that I know that are out on the streets are there because of trauma, and trauma that has not been addressed in high school, for example. I wish there was more education around mental health in the school systems so that we can start, having some preventions as we get older.
I think that's going to need to be a full-on topic for us because
Yeah.
mental health, especially across the festive period, everybody's dealing with things differently, and it's so important to understand and be patient and be mindful of other people's situations as well. For those of you who would like to get involved in that conversation, do us a favor, go and put into the comments whether you would like that on the 6th or the 13th of December. Let's just get it out there and have that conversation, and see how we can pay it forward, and help people through the mental health challenges that they may be having, and just sharing our stories. If we make an impact just to one or two people, you never know where that will lead, and that little ripple effect. So Martha, thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to go Felipe. I want to go to you with regards to and anybody else who wants to share. In fact, Felipe, can you see any of the comments while you're there?
Yeah.
Do you want to share some of the comments and read them out and see where we go with those?
Well, everyone's having a good old time with each other, saying hello to everyone. Leslie mentioned that some of the with fish tanks and breeding, that sometimes, unfortunately, the mothers do eat some of their young, and that's why you have to try to separate them as soon as they're born. And there's a little separate area which Mac knows about to create for the babies. And Brendan Miller's joined us here, and Merrill shared a fun fact that in his office at Interchem Corporation in Paramus, New Jersey, USA. I'll explain that in a minute. They have two very large tropical fish tanks in the office, which I think that's brilliant to have. Now, if you can hear the yelling in the background, that is my future son-in-law screaming and my daughter and my wife, because the other fun fact I didn't share is that the annual rivalry Ohio State Buckeyes and Michigan football college game is going on right now. It always happens the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and they are long-term rivals. My daughter and my wife went to Ohio State. That's why I put OH. Whenever you see OH, just reply IO. That's all you gotta do. But yeah, so that's what's happening there.
I absolutely love it. But here's the thing. Look at the dedication from our wonderful friend Felipe, who could be out there with his family screaming and shouting and getting involved in the game. But he takes the time to come and pop into this room. And that is massively appreciated, because each one of you, Martha, Joel, and the rest of our co-hosts take time out of their diaries to be here, and give up an hour of their family life or their other life outside of this. And I really do implore you and thank you for that. And then
don't worry.
What the heck's going on in the background?
Yeah, I'll be down there right after this. That's why you all have about 18 minutes to come join us on stage if you want to click the link and join us on stage, because now's the time to do that. And the other thing I wanted to share also is that I have a lot of things happening Saturday after the game. Last year, I don't know if y'all remember, I got all my siblings and nephews and nieces and children together to take my mother to go see Wicked, the first movie, because she had not been to a movie theater in 25 years since my father passed away. And so we decided to take her. She enjoyed it. And now with Wicked 2, or whatever it's called now, out, we're going to try to take her today after the Ohio State game, depending on the condition of the people down there screaming. If they're too drunk, basically, we might not make it, or it might be a really fun movie theater. I don't know. We'll see. But I encourage you all to come up here and join us, in the chat. It's a chance for you all to, I see Jane has joined us there. She says that Martha is talking about the impact of the ACEs, adverse childhood experience. I love that you shared that. There's so much important information about what Martha shared, and I just want to remind people, especially during the holidays, we talk about being a little bit kinder, a little bit nicer, but I'm dealing with employees even that are fully remote. They're feeling the pressure of isolation, of loneliness. During the holidays, that gets amplified. And Joel, as much as I love the sound of your typing, could you mute? Because it's just, I know it's like music on the keyboard usually by you, but thank you, sir. But this is a chance where people definitely the feelings are amplified. Sometimes for the positive, sometimes for the negative. So spreading that cheer, it's easy to say that, but there's meaning behind that. Going around and seeing what you can do to help somebody just feel a little bit better. So I look forward to that conversation. And in the chat, let me know if you are going to go see Wicked. Are you a Wicked person or not? Is that something? Because I got to tell you, I never knew the story, and I purposely have not heard the second part of the story because I hear it just changes the whole Wizard of Oz thing up on its head. So I'm curious about it. But let us know in the chat if you're watching Wicked. And if you're a football fan, let us know if you're a Michigan or Ohio State fan. I'm curious. Oh, and we have Jay up here. Over to you, Mac.
Amazing. Jay, we're going to come to you a second. I just saw David's comment as well. It says, hi, greetings from London, UK. I'm David, the public sector leader for over 20 years experience. Fun fact about myself, I am the king of digression and conversation. With me, it's not about the straightforward who I am, looking to connect with. It's not going to be straightforward, sorry. I'm looking to connect with anybody in the accessibility space and generally anyone who was looking to build and have a critical friend, sound an idea with them. And then WhatsApp. So connect with David. He is a great listener. He is a critical thinker. And then he has that voice that just is so soothing. So please do connect with him as well. Jay, what is happening, my friend? How the heck are you?
Hi, Mac. Hi, guys. Nice to see you guys again for a while. I'm just joining from my phone, so bear with me. I'm doing good. Thank you for
Introduce
asking.
yourself. Fun fact. Who are you wanting to connect with, my friend?
Sure. Sorry. Fun fact. I'm an advocate of disability myself. I have CCHS, which is congenital central hyperventilation syndrome. And one more fun fact is I'm a big Star Wars and Marvel fan.
Who's your favorite character?
Star Wars wise, I'll have to say Skywalker and Vader, both of them being one. And then Marvel character, I like the leader, Nick Fury.
Okay. It's the Marvel series, I must be honest. Initially, I wasn't that kind of interested in going to watch, but the danger was once I watched one, I was like down a rabbit hole.
Good.
And the script and it's amazing. Felipe has got a friend over there.
Hi, Felipe.
Hi, this is Gia, my daughter's dog. Oh wait, Copper's crying. Come on, Copper.
Oh,
There's Copper.
They want to come. Look at that. I mean, that is festive. That is
my
festive.
God.
Christmas tree, the dogs, lots of love.
So, Gia is the most beautiful dog that my daughter got and her fiance. She's also the most submissive pit bull you've ever seen. If I raise my voice too much, she rolls over on her back. It's like, what? Like she. If Copper, who is the most docile dog, barks too loud, she rolls over on her back. I'm like, okay, and they got her as a puppy, so it's not like she's been harmed, but she definitely is a very submissive dog. But Copper's here, right, Copper? Copper loves Christmas.
I love the scarf going on there as well.
Yeah, my wife wants to put a Christmas scarf on him now, so.
Absolutely loving it. Sorry, Jay. tell us who you wanted to connect with, my friend.
Yeah, I just want to share a monthly networking accomplishment. Actually, in December 17th, I'm actually going to be having like a community mixer event. Using one of my connections that Felipe might know, Angie Alexander. She is going to be like a guest speaker on a mixer regarding cage disruption, in the workplace. And so I just wanted to put it out there that, when you connect with, uh, sage leaders or coaches or career counselors, not only can you connect with them, but you can invite them as like guest speakers to events outside of LinkedIn. That way you get a new expansion of networking. You can introduce other people to the connection that you've made yourself, and maybe get some good discussions outside of LinkedIn for events like the ones that I'll be having. So I just wanted to put that out there as part of the monthly networking accomplishment. And I'm always open to uh, new connections. However, one thing I do really want to emphasize is that, I really like the genuine human connection instead of the AI version of connection, because you can never know if that connection is of the real voice or just a human AI. And, I recently read an article where robots can easily mock your voice, and so it's very tempting to make that connection. But you have to be aware of who you're connecting with, especially in the age of AI. So I just want to put that out there. And hello, Teddy. Thank you.
Hey, Jay. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And yes, I think the one thing that will stand the test of time is that need for human connection. Yes, people are using AI in many wonderful ways, but the reality is, each one of us still, want that human connection, that real voice, and this is why, I think. One of the things, especially now over the festive period, I implore people and I ask you to think and be a little bit more intentional and do the old school thing of actually phoning people just to drop in and say hi. It's become such a rare thing. Everybody is on some messenger app or sending little voice notes and things like that, and it's become a bit bizarre because even things like people's birthdays, it can become so disconnected that you think, oh well, LinkedIn has recommended that I say happy birthday, so I say happy birthday, and now I've done my part. And I've started seeing that a lot with people who they're doing that with friends and family, and assuming that, well, I wish them happy birthday, I've done my bit, as opposed to just picking up the phone, because that's where you don't have the AI side of things, because there are a lot of people using automation apps that do the birthday messages for you as well. And the reality is just picking up the phone and hearing that person's voice might just be what they need to get through the next few weeks, or to lift their spirits, or maybe even lift your spirits. So you just never know where those conversations will go. And I'd love to hear in the comments, when last did you make a real phone call? Drop it into the comments below. I'd be interested to hear, other than work. Okay, I'm talking about a real phone call to a real family member, friend, acquaintance. When last did you do that? Jay, when last was yours?
Yeah, no, I just had a question. When I go on podcasts, or events like these, we're easily being recorded, right? And, again, I speak about the AI portion where, when we record this, our voices are easily heard. right? But the reality is that AI can easily listen to this recording and take a portion of the recording and make it theirs. So that's where the doubt goes is when you take something that you record, is it easy or hard for the AI version, AI robot to take a part of your voice and make it look like it's your voice when it's really not your voice?
Yeah, I think that that's an interesting statement. But then, reflecting on that, when I look at how much, if we look at, LinkedIn started what 2003, Facebook around the same period, and you look at how much information and videos we have all put out on social media, we don't have to do anything live for AI to go and trawl the internet and just you know um, make things out of our past content, because once it's on the net, it's always on the net. I mean, I know a lot of people have said that you can take your website down, or that's fine, but there's a website that actually captures everything on the internet in that point in time, and you can go on there, put the date in, and look at a website, and it will show you everything that was on there. So nothing is ever erased. But this is where I think that may need to be a topic of its own, of how do you feel about your data being out there, because by signing up to social media platforms, any one of them, you've basically given up your right to personal information. You've said, I'm okay with you taking this part of me. And if you look at AI solutions like the one from X, Grok, as an example, you can upload a still image and it goes and creates a video from that still image. Now, it's still far from great, which actually gives me a little bit of sense of like, okay, that's good, because when you put a photograph and then it distorts the face and things like that, for me, that gives me a little bit of hope that we still have some time before it becomes freakily accurate. But anybody else want to jump in on this, or anybody else? We have 4 minutes left before we do a wrap up, and Felipe gets to his game, so we have to be quick.
And, I'll just add that, I think obviously we all have to be careful with AI like anything else, but it's one of those things where even an AI bot trying to have a conversation with you, you can tell in minutes or seconds whether it's a bot or not, because the moment you ask it any kind of complicated question, it'll say, "Can you repeat that, please?" So there's definitely a long way before it does. But I do want to remind people that are like, "Oh, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake." Yes, it's fake, but we've been accustomed to some fake things already. Think about actors who have stunt doubles. We don't complain when it's not the actor doing the actual stunt. It's a completely fake person doing that stunt. So when we have animation or we have special effects on the screen, that's AI in its best right there. So as long as people aren't using it unethically to, say, Max promoting something that he is against and using his face and his voice, yeah, that's already been a problem out there, and people are creating laws around it to protect that. Doesn't mean people won't try it, but we just got to be careful about it and be smart and ethical. You're on mute, Mac. Oh, you almost made it through the whole show. You almost made it. I mean, it was like 3 minutes.
Ay, schoolboy era, man. Anyway, as I was saying, do you want to do a final, just like a quick recap and a outro from yourself, so that if you need to, you can run and not miss the end of the game. But over to you, my friend.
Thank you. Well, I hope everyone's had a great time this Saturday. Hope you go outside or inside and interact with people and just have some moment to yourself to just interact with human beings and connect, because it's easy to get lost in the digital world. But we will be back in 2 weeks. And as a reminder, if you're not following us on our homepage, go to Social Saturday Chat and give us a follow, and then hit that little bell in the top right-hand corner so you get notified of all the events that we do. And if you want to check out some more past episodes, go to your favorite podcast and check out Social Saturday Chat there. You'll see some of the great guests we've interviewed, some of the wonderful topics we've tackled, and of course, the great networking events like today. And of course, don't forget, networking sometimes just means chatting in the chat, coming up on stage, showing up. It's your own journey. Take your time to do it, but don't stop moving forward. All right. And as far as what I have coming up next, tomorrow I do have Careers, Chaos, and Coaching with Melissa Houston, and we're going to be tackling: is your resume and LinkedIn job ready? You might not be looking for a job today, but things happen in a pinch sometimes. Is your resume and LinkedIn ready to go right now? And we're going to be sharing some tips of what you can do just to be ready and have it ready to go in case anything ever does happen, or in case you want to change jobs and look for another opportunity, or even better, somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I have an opportunity. Would you be interested? Do you have a resume I can get from you? So think about those things. Join us tomorrow, 11 a.m. for that. And otherwise, I'll be back here next Saturday with this amazing crew and more holiday decorations from the Cofiño house. Over to you, Mac.
Incredible stuff. Well, folks, it is going to be an interesting week ahead. We want you still to vote regarding that conversation that we spoke about with Martha earlier, whether we do it next weekend or the following weekend. Please go and drop it in there and let us know. I'm going to go to, in fact, Martha, I'm going to leave you for last. And I'll tell you why in a second. Joel, any final thoughts? Outro, what's coming up for you?
I got nothing this week, Mac. I really haven't got anything.
Well, I know that you're always a busy man doing things in the background. So anything that you're working on with regards to Rockstar X and a potential event in the new year?
You know that on Monday we're doing that. We're working on the logistics of that, rather, shall we say.
Good. So, folks, keep your ears peeled, your eyes peeled. There is some news coming. We will be back in New York in March, and there is going to be an event that you can come and say hi, come and visit, and come and participate in. Details to follow. Thanks, Joel. So for me, folks, there's lots of things on the go over the next few weeks, but if you can, make sure that you just reach out. For me, the one kind of ask for this week is just reach out to somebody. I love Jane's comment there that she actually had a FaceTime conversation with a LinkedIn friend for their birthday and got this message back just to say how much they appreciated a real life call. So, please see just anybody who comes to mind to you right now, because it's a weird how the universe works. And sometimes people will get pushed to the top of your mind, and that happens for a reason. So whoever's come to mind for you right now, tell them Max said that you needed to give them a call and just see how they are. And then come back to this, come and drop it in the comments and let us know how they responded. With that, I'm going to ask Martha to do our final words, final thoughts, and what's coming up for you.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us this Saturday, and of course, our babies, our fur babies. So the final words for this Saturday is, we celebrated this past week, and for some of us, it was a great celebration. For some of us, it was a little down. But we're here, we're alive, and let's think about how we can help one another, right? How we can help each other here on LinkedIn, or maybe a neighbor that needs support. Maybe just a hi, or like Max said, giving somebody a call, because it's this time of life. I think it's just in general in this life period, it's been a little rough for many of us. So I wish I could give you all a hug, but I'll give you guys a hug, a virtual hug, a nice tight virtual hug. And I hope that y'all have a great Saturday, and I will see you guys next weekend. Thank you, everybody. Happy Saturday.